Have you ever met someone who never complains? No matter what happens to them, they lose their job, they get betrayed, they face setbacks that would break most people, and they just keep going. They don't post about it. They don't call everyone to vent. They don't make their pain everyone else's problem. And here's the strange part. These people aren't suppressing their feelings. They aren't broken inside. They are actually some of the most psychologically powerful people on the planet. Today, we're going to decode the hidden psychology behind people who never complain, and why this one trait separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Let's get into it. Here's something most people don't realize. Every time you complain about a problem, you are actually training your brain to focus on it more. Psychologists call this rumination. It's when your mind gets stuck in a loop, replaying the problem over and over instead of searching for a solution. Think about it this way. When you complain to a friend, does the problem disappear? No, but your emotional energy does. You feel a tiny bit of relief for a few minutes, and then the problem is still sitting there, waiting for you. People who never complain have figured this out early. They know that complaining is like paying interest on a debt that never goes away. It costs you energy, but buys you nothing. Let's be honest. Most complaints sound like this. It's the economy, it's my boss, it's my family, it's bad luck. And sometimes those things are real. Life is genuinely unfair sometimes. But here's the psychology behind non-complainers. They ask a different question. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I do about this right now? This isn't just positive thinking. This is a completely different relationship with reality. Psychologists call it an internal locus of control. It means you believe that your actions, not your circumstances, decide your outcome. People with this mindset don't waste time blaming the weather. They bring an umbrella. Here's something that will surprise you. People who never complain are not emotionless. They feel everything you feel, the frustration, the anger, the disappointment, but they have mastered something called emotional regulation, the ability to feel an emotion without being controlled by it. When something goes wrong, they process it internally first. They ask, is speaking about this going to help me or hurt me? And most of the time, they choose silence. Not because they're cold, but because they understand that every word you speak about your pain gives that pain more power over you. Silence isn't weakness. Silence is control. This is one of the most powerful psychological habits of non-complainers. When something bad happens, their brain automatically searches for a different angle. Not a fake one, not pretending everything is fine, but a real alternative perspective. They lose a client and they think, good, now I have time to find a better one. They get rejected and they think, interesting, what does this tell me about where I need to grow? Psychologists call this cognitive reframing, and research shows that people who do this naturally experience lower levels of stress and anxiety over time. They aren't lying to themselves. They're simply refusing to let one bad chapter define the whole story. Here is the deepest truth about people who never complain. They're thinking in years, not in days. When you are focused on a goal that is 5 years away, today's frustration becomes very small. They have a bigger picture in their mind that makes the daily noise irrelevant. Think about a surgeon in the middle of a long operation. They don't stop to complain that their feet hurt or that the room is too cold, because their focus is on something far more important. Non-complainers live like that surgeon every day. They have decided that where they are going is more important than how uncomfortable the journey feels. And that decision, that one mental shift, changes everything. So let me ask you something. How much of your mental energy this week went into complaining about things you cannot change? And how much went into actually changing them? The people who never complain aren't lucky. They aren't living perfect lives. They've just made a quiet decision that their energy is too valuable to waste on words that change nothing. So start small. Next time you feel the urge to complain, pause, take a breath, and ask, what can I do instead? that one pause could change the direction of your life. Let me know in the comments. Are you someone who complains a lot, or have you mastered the art of staying silent? There's no judgment here. I want to hear your story. If this video gave you something to think about, hit that like button. And if you want more deep dives into the psychology of winning, subscribe and turn on the bell. Until next time, stay silent, stay strong, and keep winning your own way. See you in the next one.